Look at Pereira's fists. They're bigger than my head, and I got a big head. Puts a little bit of fear into him also, and Pereira can sniff it out. You can see Magomed, he's just not giving him that same respect. So well-rounded. Can wrestle like a can strike like a These guys are so badass. Okay, boys and girls. Welcome back to Uncle Red's channel. Let's get serious. In today's video, we're going to be watching the champion, Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira 1. And we're going to see what sticks out in this. These guys are taking on each other October 4th here. UFC 320 for the light heavyweight championship. Alex Pereira is getting another shot. Alex, one of the biggest stars in the UFC, exploded onto the scene real quick, straight from kickboxing. He's 38 years old now. 6'4", 12 wins, 3 losses, and 10 clean KOs. Now, before his last loss to Magomed, he was on a fat win streak here. Jan Blachowicz, Yuri Prochazka, Jamal Hill, Yuri Prochazka again, Khalil Roundtree, and then he lost the decision to Magomed Ankalaev, who is an absolute monster. This guy is a monster. He's 33 years old, absolute prime. 20 wins with 1 loss. He's a big guy. A big southpaw, 6'3", he's on a fat win streak. He hasn't lost since 2018 when Paul Craig submitted him in a triangle choke. Since then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fight win streak in the UFC. So they really couldn't deny him. They couldn't deny him. Like, not the most exciting, crazy exciting guy to watch, but when you get that many wins in a row, it don't matter. UFC is the best of the best fight the best. Let's take a peek here at when Magomed Ankalaev fought Alex Pereira and see what sticks out. Fellas, you know there's nothing worse than having to cook a healthy meal right after a brutal training session. But if you want to perform at the highest level, you have to eat healthy. And that is why I partner with today's sponsor, Cook Unity. Provides delicious, healthy meals without the hassle of cooking or shopping. You just go online, order the food that looks best to you, and they deliver it straight to your door. Comes ready to go. I put it in this nice glass air fryer, whip it up, a nice healthy meal ready to go. Cook Unity has the top tier fresh produce, responsibly raised meats, and meet any dietary needs. So fellas, if you want to experience gourmet dining at home from award-winning chefs, use the link in my bio. This will get you 50% off your first order of Cook Unity meals. Now here's one of their meals. Their meals are so simple and expertly prepared. Shout out to the chef. He makes some phenomenal meals. They have everything from burritos, chicken masala, breakfast burritos. This is a Tuscan butter shrimp, and they're phenomenal meals. You just throw them in the air fryer, fire her up, and you got a nutritious, high-protein meal ready to go whenever you need it. Give them a try, fellas. You won't regret it. That is Cook Unity, code TIMWELCH50. Now back to the program. Everyone was like, oh my God, is Magomed going to take him down and just maul him? And just maul him? 5 rounds. 5 rounds is serious. Look at Pereira's fists. They're bigger than my head, and I got a big head. So Pereira comes out and starts pressuring him right away. And that's a smart thing to do. Against a wrestler, it's hard as a wrestler to shoot backing up. So Pereira comes out and puts the pressure on him. He's got that nice long guard. Elbows high, long guard. Feinting the teeps a lot. Puts Magomed on his back foot right away. But Magomed is a big dude, and he's an athletic dude. Look at his, he's got like that springy Russian boxing style to him. Southpaw, super tricky. Alex automatically starts smacking his calf, lead leg calf, whipping it. Bing. They're feinting. They're feinting at each other. Constantly kind of feinting the hips, stuttering the jab, showing the shoulders, just seeing how that person reacts to those feints, see if they can open something up. But again, in the back of Pereira's mind, Pereira's fought a lot of strikers, so the takedown really isn't in the back of his mind. Especially when you've been striking your whole life and you think you're going to go in there and have a game plan of taking someone down, you're going to gas out really quick. So now this is the first time they're like, okay, we're fighting a really, really good grappler. It freezes you a little bit. it freezes you from opening up and really winging those power shots. But already he's whacking his calf. He's whacking that calf right off. Magomed starts whipping it back. Whip, whip. Pereira's constantly just floating away from his left hand. Not ton, not like crazy floating to his left, but he's subtly just floating to his left. Floating to his left. See whose lead foot can beat whose lead foot. You want to be outside. Both of them trying to set up their right hands. Set up their back hands. Back kicks, back knees. So now Magomed, he starts stalking him. So the whole first round is a lot like this. We're at the end of round 1, and a lot of these Russians do it. They want to shoot at the end of the round. 20 seconds left. Their corner's probably calling for it. I don't know what it is in Russian, but they're probably calling for it. So here we go. See how Ankalaev sets up this takedown. Changes levels. Throws a right hand just to get his hands up. Pereira's legs are kind of square. So Ankalaev gets a good entry on this shot. And look at how Pereira's reaction's good. Hips back, gets a whizzer and starts pulling him up. And it's hard on tall guys to finish a takedown. You're trying to lift them and their toes are still touching on the mat. It's hard to finish. So he fails on the takedown, but he gets him on the fence. On the fence, good head position. And this is good. When the judges are watching this and the round's really close, these kind of things could take the round. So now Magomed's hands are locked. A good body lock. Look how just strong Pereira is, though. Strong whizzer. Is heavy on his whizzer. That probably gives the guy the round. Here we go, round 2. Magomed starts stalking him again. And it's a lot of just tit for tat. Whip the stick. Now Magomed's putting the pressure on a little bit. And again, even in that first round when Magomed shoots, yeah, he's shooting, see if he can get a finish, great. But also now it's like, okay, Pereira's like, okay, now he's going to be shooting on me. I got to respect it. I have to have good reaction time. I can't sit down on hard, heavy punches and be off balance and let Magomed duck underneath and take you down. Could change the fight a little bit. Magomed is just, you can tell he's not very intimidated by Pereira. Past guys that fight Pereira, they look at him and they're like, oh, fuck. They're intimidated by him. And then they feel his power and his thud from his punches, and it kind of puts a little bit of fear into him also, and Pereira can sniff it out. You can see Magomed, he's not giving him that same respect. Pereira whips one to the dome piece. Teep, head kick. Magomed answers right back. So round 2 is similar. Let's move into round 3 and let's go to the little bit of action where Magomed's trying to take him down and how he does. 2 to the gut. Tries to clinch. A real knee to the gut. So puts him on the fence. Good head position. This time Pereira's going to have to let loose a little bit more. He's going to have to let loose. There we go. Letting loose a little bit. 3-2. Magomed jumps into the clinch. And again, with these guys, it's one punch. Pereira's got one punch. Like, look at this. Southpaw slips into the power, which is not usual. Slips into the power, throws a right hand, lands the right hand clean on the lips. Dink. Throws the left hook, and the left hook hits him on the forehead. Boom. Good defense by Magomed, but Magomed doesn't back off. Just because he got punched, he doesn't back off and circle and start running around. He got cracked, and he keeps the pressure up. Stays disciplined with his hands and his defense, and then keeps the pressure up. Let's see how he gets in the takedown. So we're going round 4. Magomed comes out and starts putting the pressure on right away. And look at Pereira throws his signature left hook, whips the left hook. Magomed changes levels, gets head inside to a good tight single leg. Doesn't hang out on the single leg, goes body lock right away. Single leg, body lock. Grabs his body lock, double unders, head position. But you got to be impressed with Pereira's takedown defense. Magomed's been grappling a long time. Pereira hasn't been grappling long and still is able to shut down his takedowns. He's real beat. Pereira's doing a great job with that whizzer. Magomed tries a trip. Good balance by Pereira. Pereira's probably walking in there probably 227, I bet. 227, maybe close to 230. He's a monster of a man. And again, even though Pereira's shutting these takedowns down, he's kind of getting dominated on the fence. Getting dominated on the fence. Magomed's just doing just enough to not get stood up. Little punches here and there. Here we go. He drops down to a double leg. Pereira sprawls hard, pulls him above the waist right away. And look at Pereira. This is the battle that goes on the fence that a lot of people don't notice. Look at Pereira's right hand. He's keeping his right elbow really tight. He's not keeping it way loose to where Ankalaev can jump back into that body lock. He's keeping it tight, blocking the bicep. For Pereira here, he's going to have to get his head position. Look at Ankalaev's head position right on his ear. He's going to be able to keep him pinned here. Pereira's going to have to go under his throat, get his head position back to be able to get some space and get off. Wrist control, whizzer, and Ankalaev's just putting his weight on him, making Pereira sit here and just carry his weight. Little punches here and there to do enough not to get broken up. Going body lock again, but Pereira's doing a great job at keeping that elbow inside. Okay, so that was nice. So he goes whizzer hand. He's got wrist control, whizzer hand. Switches his feet. The whizzer hand, the left arm right there, comes to the back of his head, rips it, little head rip, and then he switches his feet and circles out. This is nice. Zoop. Now, if he could do that a little earlier, about a minute went by, at least a minute went by in that round 4 of Ankalaev pinning him like that. So if he can do that sooner, it's going to give him a better chance. Ankalaev's back on the gas. Orthodox. Flashes his hand. Dives into like a high dive, they call it in Greco-Roman. Dives into his waist. Gets his hands locked. And now we're in that same battle. Easier said than done. 5 rounds is fucking exhausting. But if Pereira can do that right away again, do the same thing he did. Maybe fake to the left a little bit with his feet. Switch his feet. Grab a collar tie. Boom. But Pereira's tired too. But to win the fight, you cannot rest on the fence. Easier said than done. If you've ever sparred, if you've ever done a 15-minute fight, you were fucking gassed. And you lean on this fence just to give yourself just a little bit of a breather, a little bit of space. And if you got someone like Ankalaev pinned on you, whole different story. He's doing good though. Whizzer wrist. Whizzer wrist. Again, a lot of time's going by. A lot of time's going to go by. Not good in the judge's eyes. So here we go. So now Mark Goddard splits him up. They want you usually they want you doing enough damage to where you're actually damaging the dude. If you're sitting there going like this to someone, it's not going to be enough for them not to stand you up. You got to be throwing real punches. They say they tell you this in the locker room before the fights. Ankalaev back on the pedal. He can see Pereira breathing hard, but still he's got to stay disciplined because Pereira can still crack just out of nowhere. Bops him with a jab, takes 1 for Pereira. And he knows that too. Goes question mark to the dome. Ankalaev blocks it. 145 left in round 4. And Ankalaev's just putting the pressure on him, putting on the pressure. Slipping, ripping some shots. Here he goes, he dives in again. Big right hand into the double. Into the double, crawls above the body, pins him on the wall, gets good head position. Starts damaging. Putting his head right under the chin, putting his head right on the ear. And look at Ankalaev's right hand is deep on the waist. This is hard, but sometimes when they're deep on the waist like that, you can kind of go like this, and the gloves get stuck in the cage, and it starts separating them a little bit, getting some space. It looks like he's doing it here. Pereira goes to attempt the little chin rip, they call it, the chin rip. But Ankalaev puts the pressure on and just kind of shuts it down. Some people are so gnarly on these fences. Just dominating the underhook, goes into a single leg. There we go. Pereira circles off, kind of puts himself back on the fence. This is tiring. This is grueling, especially 25-minute fight, and you've never been in there with a guy like this. You've never been in there with a guy who can put the pace on like this, who doesn't respect your punches as much as other people, and he's not afraid to just keep shooting and pinning you on the wall. So now he's in the open, kind of walks back to the fence again. And that's round 4 in the books. So Pereira probably knows he's down. Again, close fight, but the judges are probably going to give it to Ankalaev for all the domination of the cage. Ankalaev still great shape for a light heavyweight. Like these light heavyweights compared to 2010 light heavyweights or 2008 light heavyweights, it's just such another level of just fighter. So well-rounded, can wrestle like a motherfucker, can strike like a motherfucker. Like, these guys are so badass. So Pereira's trying to whip that jab to the gut a little bit, just to get Ankalaev reaching so he can step in there with a 3-2 or a hard 2-3. Going tit for tat, 320 left. Ankalaev whipping some bombs, still putting on the pace. Look how great a shape this guy's in. So now Pereira's trying to back him up, trying to walk him into a big knee or a kick. Ankalaev steps into a nice little left hand to the lips here. Ankalaev back on the pressure too, just pressuring him. It's exhausting when someone's on you like this and you try to punch hard to get some respect and they shoot underneath. It can demoralize you. It can demoralize you real quick. Whips one to the head, shoots the left hand. So look at this, is nice defense. Pereira whips one to the head, kind of rattles him a bit. Ankalaev doesn't block it, circle off. He blocks it, whips a left hand, flashes the left hand high, and dives into a double. Crawls up to the body lock. Pereira's defense is good. I mean, Ankalaev's got him beat. If Pereira lets Ankalaev get his hips under him, look at how heavy Pereira just drops his hips and gets him back. And he's such a strong beast of a dude. Shuts down the takedown, but puts Ankalaev again in this good position. So he's so beat here on the body lock. Look at Pereira's got his right arm inside, looks to trip, takes the back here, hands under the armpit. Pereira's doing a good job trying to peel the wrists, peel the thumb, separate the hands, cut his left arm back. But Ankalaev's just strong, regrips. Wrestlers like this, they're used to these grip battles. Especially freestyle wrestlers, they're used to these grip battles for a long time. 20 years, 10, 15 years, they're used to these grip battles. Someone like Pereira, he's probably been peeling the hands, learning to peel the hands and separate the hands for 5 years, 20 years versus 5 years. Their efficiency with the techniques is so much better. They're used to having that pump. So he looks to separate the hands and just look at Ankalaev just pressuring. Ankalaev's not just, look at him pushing off the balls of his feet, driving his weight into him. So he's not just leaning on him, he's driving his weight into him. Force him to pummel, force him to pummel, force him to get double underhooks, force him to go whizzer and wrist. So significant strikes through round 5, and we're at the end of the round 5 here. It's Ankalaev 8, 27, 14, 5, and 10. It's Pereira 16, 19. Again, so significant strikes, Pereira's beating him, but again, it's just the domination on the cage. It's the ish. It's the big ish. So, I don't know. I hope Pereira can get it done, but he's going to have to come out and just be a little more offensive. Let it go a little bit more, not be so not respect his takedowns as much. Again, easier said than done. You don't respect the takedowns as much. You go throw some fucking crazy shots. Now you're on your back, and you got to get up. And that zaps your energy. Zaps it. But I'm excited to see it, and I hope Pereira cracks him right on the chin and puts him out. Let's see what happens. Ankalaev's a monster. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. And if you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Like I said, it helps me out a lot. I really, really appreciate it. Comment your thoughts below, what you think, and we'll see you guys next time. Love y'all. Bye-bye.